Yo, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you the next matchup in the DLC character tournament. So, real quick, if you're new, welcome, first of all. If you want to participate in this tournament, very easy. All you have to do is simply type the name of the character for today's matchup, and today's matchup is Tails taking on Sora, and I'll jump into that matchup in just a bit. But if you want to participate and you want to vote, the way to do it is you only get one vote, and the way to vote is down in the comments, simply type the name of either Tails or Sora, who you'd like to see as a DLC character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Just as, you know, better. Who would you rather see? If it was up to you, who would you put in the game? That's kind of how I want you to vote. So yeah, it's a double elimination tournament, meaning a character would have to lose twice before they're officially eliminated. We go there until there's a winner, because what's the point of ending a tournament unless, you know, you actually have a legit chance. I had to do that with a different tournament, but that was a different one. Anyway, let's see. Did I say if there's a tie in voting, I'll flip a coin? Best way to break the tiebreaker. And voting stays open for 1 week, so you only get 1 week to get your vote in. If you get it in after that, sorry, it's not going to count and it won't matter. So we are in the winner's bracket right now. We're in the quarterfinals. Like I said, well, I guess I didn't say that yet, but like I said, for the matchup, it is Tails and Sora. But actually, before we get into that, I almost forgot. We got to go over the results from last week. So last week was a loser bracket matchup. Again, all this week up through Saturday. I don't do the tournament on Sundays. I do other stuff Sundays, because why not mix it up a little bit? But we got a loser bracket, meaning whoever loses in this matchup is going home as well. So the matchup, who was it? It was Paper Mario taking on Spyro. Now this one was actually very, very close. This one, like, when I'm tallying up the votes, it was like, you know, Paper Mario, Spyro, they're like almost even. Then you get like a chunk of Paper Mario votes. Then you get like a chunk of Spyro votes. They were like almost dead even. And it really shows in the voting. So the character going home, unfortunately, is Paper Mario's going home. Got beat by 1 vote. Check that out. 37, oopsies, 37 to 36. Spyro wins by 1. Hey, I voted Paper Mario, but I said in the video, I'd be happy with either of these characters, so it's sad to see one of them go home, but not everybody can win. So, yeah, sorry, Paper Mario has been officially eliminated. Spyro does move on, so congrats to Spyro for that. Gets one more, at least one more opportunity, because again, he's already got a loss. If he loses one more time, then he's done. So, Spyro's next matchup, which will be coming up sometime in the near future, not sure when, but near future, he will end up taking on Isaac, who won yesterday's results. So good luck to Spyro, good luck to Isaac for that one. But we got to get to the results for today. Like we already said, Tails from the Sonic series taking on Sora. Real quick, Tails has had a pretty cool journey. Let's see, Tails ended up knocking out Ryu Hayabusa. Didn't get a lot of votes for Ryu or Hayabusa. Tails won that pretty convincingly. And then I'm considering it an upset. Tails defeated Dixie Kong 67 to 33, so Tails getting some good amount of votes. A lot of people showing up for Tails. And then let's see, Sora ended up defeating Dr. Eggman, and Sora defeated Waluigi. All right, so there's the winners, or that's who they've beaten so far. Now they meet up, so let's jump into it, right? Let's go over Tails first. So obviously on screen we see Tails did have the Mii outfit, and I guess that could be considered a point of, I don't know, maybe a point in favor of Tails. And again, just remember, just because some people might think Tails is disconfirmed because he's like in the background of one of the Sonic stages. Again, that does not matter. Doesn't matter. This tournament's for fun. Still vote for who you would personally want as DLC. So Tails coming from Sega, you know, Sonic was one of the very first 2 DLC characters. And if I remember correctly, Nintendo actually wanted Sonic in from the beginning, but Sega was hesitant at first. So we ended up getting Snake and Brawl, and then later, you know, towards the very end of development, which is why Brawl had to be delayed back then. It had to get delayed because I ended up adding Sonic. That's why he was at the very end of the story mode. So quick story about Sonic, in case you didn't know that. But so Sega, they seem to be, they're working very well with Nintendo. I mean, Sonic's the only third-party character that's been in 3 games now. I guess if you want to count Wii U 3DS as 2 separate entries, I don't. They're the same pretty much thing. Sure, same thing, same generation. So Sonic from Sega is the only third party character. Wii U 3DS, the Wii, and then the Wii U 3DS, and now this Nintendo Switch. So that is very cool. So how does that play into Tales? Maybe it's because, you know, who else does Sega have? Bayonetta? Some people aren't too keen on Bayonetta. I can understand why. She's not really... I don't see Bayonetta as like... okay, you know, I'm going to set aside Bayonetta. I got thoughts on that, but not about this. So, back to Tales. Sega, been around in Smash for quite a while now. I can see them getting a, you know, third rep from, well, some Sega series, and they got a lot to choose from. They can pick the Sonic series. After all, Tails is one of, you know, a pretty iconic character in his own right. People would know who it is, especially if you're going to buy DLC, if you're going to buy the Fighter Pass, or if you're just going to buy him straight up. People know who the character is. People would love to pair him up with Sonic and then do like a bunch of 2v2s, you know, Sonic and Tails against Mario and Luigi, Link and Zelda, Donkey Kong, Diddy, you know, Simon and Richter, Kenny, you get it. There's lots of, you know, cool duos you could pair him up with. I mean, Sonic's buddy, he would fit very well. Plus, his playstyle would be kind of cool. I think he would kind of like fly around in one of his inventions, so to speak. And I just think that, I mean, sure, you could have him kind of how his Mii outfit and how his Mii fighter kind of works. Could go around with that little blaster gun kind of thing. I don't know. I still think Tails, if he got in, I think he'd be much more unique flying around in one of his little flying, driving invention things. Kind of a vehicle. Kind of like somewhat similar to Bowser Jr. in a way, but I think it'd be really cool. Tails would be pretty unique. Again, people know who he is. A lot of people showing up to vote for him, which is really cool to see. So, yeah, Tails, I think, has a decent chance for DLC. I'm not going to say he's at the top of the list, but I think he still has a decent chance. So, does his opponent, though, have a decent chance? Does his opponent... There we go. Does his opponent have a decent chance? Sora? Maybe. It always comes down to the licensing issue. I'm going to get this wrong again. I just mentioned... Because a few days ago, I uploaded the top 100 characters for Smash Ultimate DLC, potentially, and I think I worded it wrong. I think in that video I said Square has the right to choose what to do with Sora, but Disney just has to okay it, and then I got corrected. One of the comments said, no, it's the other way around. Disney chooses what to do with Sora, but Square, the creator of Sora, the guy that created him, has to give the okay, and they pretty much already said somewhere, I know there's an article about it somewhere, that they're willing to let Sora be in Smash if there's enough like fan demand for it. There is, let's face it, there is. But it's going to come down to the licensing issue, and can Nintendo and Disney or Square, can they work out a deal for this character? Now, Sora being kind of one of those fantasy characters that we never thought would happen, such as Cloud. Hey, Cloud got in, and that pretty much opened the door for anybody. And now this round of DLC, Reggie said, think outside the box. We're gonna, you know, anybody's possible. You know, Sora's definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. Plus, think of the possible matchups you could have with Sora and, you know, all the icons of gaming that are in Smash: Cloud, Mega Man, Mario, Link, Pac-Man, Ryu. I mean, you just got Pikachu. You got so many awesome matchups that I'd love to see. It'd be so cool just to see the characters go at it, right? And plus, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming up in, what, like a month? A little over a month? A little less than a month? I don't know the exact date. But Sora, I think... And plus, I think Square is rumored to be getting one of the DLC fighter packs, if you believe the leaker Vergaben. I did for the... I used to believe that leaker before, or up until like the release of the game, because pretty much everything he said was correct. And then he still said that there was Minecraft content in the game, and okay, that's another topic as well. So I'm not sure if I believe the leaker for the DLC part of stuff. I said Square was supposed to get the first rep of DLC. Well, that didn't happen because we got Joker from Persona. So I don't know if I believe Square's gonna get a rep. I still think it's a possibility. You know, Kingdom Hearts again coming out very soon. I could see maybe right around the release time, maybe there's a Nintendo Direct and they kind of show off a little bit more of Joker, but then they would announce the next fighter that's going to be in, and it'd be a great time. It'd be a better time to release it right around that time, but just to tie in with the release of Kingdom Hearts, be like, yo, Sora's going to be the next playable, DLC fighter in Smash. That would be one of the biggest announcements you could make. A lot of people, are kind of either on the fence about, oh yeah, he's, Sora's definitely a guarantee. Sora's by no means a guarantee, because the whole Disney thing is an issue. It is an issue. It's just, can Nintendo and Square/Disney, can they work it out? So, and plus Nintendo would have to pay for some sort of like licensing for Disney stuff, because on his Keyblade, Sora's Keyblade, he's got a bunch of like Disney charms, like a Mickey Mouse charm, and you can't have Mickey Mouse unless you want to pay for that. So I mean, there's ways around it. You could just remove the charm, essentially, just not put that on there. Just kind of remove Disney references, so you don't have to go through all the Disney trouble. And I think you understand what I'm saying. But I think it's time to vote. It is time to vote. So who would I rather have for this particular matchup? Would I go Sora or would I go Tails? Look, I like Tails. I do. And ever since that April Fool's joke in Smash Melee, where defeat 20 cruel people, defeat 20 cruel enemies in Cruel Brawl, and you unlock Sonic and Tails, I always love the idea of Sonic and Tails in Smash. We have Sonic, we don't have Tails, but I gotta go Sora on this one. The matchups, I think the iconic stature Sora has, the kind of, I don't know, the whole thing about Sora, I just like Sora better. So personally, I'm voting Sora for this one. Pretty simple. So the only question left is, who you got? Are you gonna go Sora or are you gonna go Tails? I guess we'll find out, right? We'll get the results next Thursday. So this should be a good one. I'm very interested to see, how Tails, get the number of votes Tails gets for this one, because he's done pretty well. I mean, again, he like I said, Tails ended up not knocking out, but getting a win over Dixie Kong and Ryu Hayabusa. So I think two pretty big wins for him. So interesting to see how this is going to play out. And plus, going against a big time name character for third party that a lot of people want and hope for. So should be interesting. And yeah, so we got a sneak peek real quick for tomorrow's episode. What matchup do we have? We're going to have Crash Bandicoot taking on Skull Kid for tomorrow. And then we get the results of Dixie Kong and Psylocke. So, yep, Dixie Kong and Psylocke will be officially eliminated tomorrow. But, yeah, tomorrow. And then, yeah, Skull Kid and Crash Bandicoot. So, that's a sneak peek for tomorrow's episode. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as usual. I look forward to your voting. And, yeah, good luck to both these participants. And I guess hopefully we catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.